Well, welcome to this video. In this video, I will be continuing the proof of data processing inequality. In the previous video, we actually proved 5 of different kind of inequalities altogether, and I will be summarizing them once more. The previous video has the proof of each of them in a detailed fashion. So given I define x1 to m as a new random variable which is just the collection of these m random variables, the first equality is relating the entropy associated to this joint distribution in terms of these conditional entropies. The second one relates this particular conditional entropy in terms of this kind of a this is also a conditional entropy, but on this side you have the variable that was given to you as well as the unknown variables, and this will be useful in the Fano's inequality, as we will see. And then in the third form, what we have is this particular mutual information that can be given in this particular fashion. This we will be using just now. Particularly what we will be doing is that we will be taking n equal to 2 and then using the special cases. But once you take n equal to 2, you can also similarly do the proof of data processing inequality for n equal to any particular number you like using this chaining rules. Now these three equalities were proved by a process like we proved these two using induction, and then we proved the third one using the 1 and 2. Beside this, we also proved that uncertainty associated with x given y is always a positive quantity. This particular expression here, and we basically used this expression to prove that this expression holds, because we just need to unpack this notation, right? We just need to unpack that h of x given y is h of x and y minus h of y, and then we can bring it to our particular form that we need. So basically I think it is clear. So the relation between mutual info, so h of x mutual y is simply h of x y minus h of x y plus h of x plus h of y, which is further equal to h of x minus, so here we will have h of x and y minus h of y. So this can be written as h of x minus h of x given y, right? And so that means if h of x given y is greater than equal to 0, what it implies is h of x is greater than equal to h of x and y. So this is what we have in the first part of the data processing inequality. So up till 5 we have done 5 of the proofs. Now we will do the 6th proof that will also be needed. So it is a simple proof, that is the mutual information between x and y that is always greater than equal to 0. The conditional uncertainty, or the uncertainty in x associated to a fixed value of y is always greater than equal to 0. So these both are inequalities. So the mutual information is greater than equal to 0 can be written in this particular form, and this is what we call subadditivity of entropy, or Shannon entropy in this case. A similar kind of a result can be given for the von Neumann entropy. So what we do is that we simply unpack the definition of Shannon entropy everywhere, and remember that the marginal distributions can be reached from the joint distributions. This is just one. Okay, so summation over y p x y is p of x. So in this particular fashion you can get the marginal distribution from the joint distribution. So that makes us this particular step. And so an equivalent question that mutual information is greater than equal to 0 is this particular expression, whether this expression is true or not. I hope this is clear, because x and y, this entire is the joint probability distribution, and these are the marginal probability distribution. So to prove this, we use an important fact, that is ln x is always less than equal to x minus 1. We have used this previously in this relative entropy formula to prove that relative entropy is greater than equal to 0. So we are using it again. So ln x can be written in this particular form using basic properties of log, and why this holds true can be understood by a graph. So graph of log x intersects at a point 1, 0, and y equal to x minus 1 also intersects at that point and stays above the log x graph throughout. So this particular expression helps us to get this particular inequality between log x and the x, just the linear version, linear power of x. So now if we instead of log here, the log x version, if we just put this particular thing px py divided by pxy, and then just sum over x and y, we arrive at this particular conclusion. And now it is easy to see that if we push this pxy inside, and the summation, if we perform this part, is entirely 0, because I am using these equalities. There is one more, summation over x pxy is also equal to p of y. So we are repeatedly using these three things. So at this moment we have proven these 6 inequalities. Now we will prove this data processing inequality. So let us see. So first is from 3, we will be using this third argument, as I said. So what we will be doing is that we will be saying from 3 what we have is y is varying from 1 to n. We take it like this, y. So y 1 to n is given as y and z, just this. So there are just 2 terms, and once we plug it, what we get is from 3 what we have is this particular notion, the upper part. But now if you look at expression 3, we can always try to, the ordering will not matter, because the y 1 to n that we have, it doesn't care about how the internal elements are ordered. So we can shift the ordering z and y, and this particular expression is also equal to this. So what this means is that mutual information between x and this conditional distribution is this particular thing minus mutual information between x and y. That we come in this line. And now what we use is the fact that so this mutual information between x and another random variable, suppose let's call it calligraphic y, is given as h of x minus h of x given y and z, where this y and z together is this calligraphic y. So this is just this particular thing that I had just now proved. So we come to this particular line, and now it is quite easy to see that what we need to do is we just unpack this definition as this particular thing, and at this step still now the proof is not clear. Like, we still have this particular uncertainty associated to x given y and z is there, but here it is only y. So here now we remember that our process is a Markov process. So now if x, y, z is a Markov process, then the reverse process is also Markov, as we had proven in last to last video. So what we get is that whole together uncertainty associated with x given y and z is simply uncertainty associated to x given y, and this everything will cancel to give us 0. So h of this particular expression is exactly 0. So once we have this particular thing, that h of x given z, this is 0, what we can do is that we can plug it here. So this part is 0, so it will just go, but this equality remains. So we can write mutual information, we can relate mutual information between x and y and x and z using another kind of a mutual information. So as I have written here in the last line, but in this sixth inequality, we already proved that mutual informations are always greater than equal to 0. So with this we know that mutual information between x and y minus mutual information between x and z is always greater than equal to 0, and hence this is the final proof that we needed of the data processing inequality. So that's all for this video. In this video we went over some of the concepts of data processing inequality, and finally we were able to prove that inequality. So it is a very lengthy path. The path can be shortened, the proof can be shortened easily by observing that if we just needed to prove for x going to y going to z, we could have only worked with n equal to 2 cases here instead of all these summations, but it is really helpful to know these chaining rules, because they are useful to prove several other formulas that we might require. In the next video we will be discussing about Fano's inequality, and so after that we might discuss about a bit on this quantum data processing inequality.